Hey, what the freak is good, everybody? This is me again, here with the Daily Opinion. Fact check, not really checking nothing, just trying to see what all is going on in the world. And hopefully everyone's having a good day. It's about a week after Turkey Day, so, be easy. And just a quick little update. I updated my cover art again, so if you see a minor change, you're not going crazy. So hopefully that gives me a little bit more prestige in this whole game and everything like that. And I'm changing up my voice a little bit. Hopefully it comes out a little bit clearer, because previously how I was doing it just didn't sound super great. But hopefully, those two things is going to make me the next Joe Rogan. But if it doesn't, it is what it is. We all got jobs out here. We all living already. So if this podcast don't take off, then it is what it is. But you know what? Fuck that. We're not going in with a negative mindset. We going in with a positive one. But yeah. So yep. Positive mindset. We winning. One thing about that I learned about myself is that I think I'm slowly getting a little bit more competitive with age, which I think is not like a normal thing to be doing. It doesn't seem like a normal thing, at least, but it is what it is. I'm realizing this because I seen a guy that I went to college with, and his little Instagram is blowing up. I don't know if he's trying to be a influencer or a cool guy. I have no fucking clue what he's doing, but I just looked at it and I was like, ugh. And he wasn't even a bad guy or nothing. I was just like, damn. I don't know. That's the thing. Maybe if it was more reputable. I don't know. I guess if I'm just trying to do the same thing, but in a different way, I guess. But I don't know. I was just looking at it being like, I'm going to be better than this nigga. Before I die, I'm going to be better than you. But we'll see. And that's not the only thing. There's other examples, but I don't really want to bring them up, because then y'all might be like, okay, we don't need to listen to this podcast, and they get a little bit crazy. But it is what it is. Either way, I feel like this little episode is going to be more about like mental health or something like that. I know I'll be talking about a lot that a lot of people are crazy and don't even realize it. But I think I'm going to start off with this one. So apparently this kid wanted an Amazon package or something. Let me go and see. Let me go check my little thing real quick. All right. So yeah, I don't know if anyone even has heard about this yet. They said a kid that's 10 years old shoots and kills his mother because he was upset that she wouldn't buy him a VR headset. And then the next day the next day he orders the headset on Amazon. All right. So it says, according to the criminal complaint on November 21st, a 10-year-old boy is accused of shooting and killing his 44-year-old mother, Kiana Mann, because she woke him up early and would not buy him a virtual reality headset. The boy's 26-year-old sister told the police her brother has had rage issues all his life, and he has been seeing a therapist who gave him a concerning diagnosis. The sister told investigators that the next day after the fatal shooting, the boy logged onto his mother's Amazon account and ordered the headset. Also, I realized I need to slow down my speech, so if I'm that part I was probably going pretty fast on, but I'm going to definitely try to slow down at least a little bit. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely like some crazy type of stuff, because at first when I saw it, I assumed that it was like a accident instead of him actually being like, oh, I'm gonna kill my mom for whatever reason. But it goes on to say this doesn't go on to say, but there was a guy who kind of looked into it, because he was like, this doesn't really seem right. So this man's name is CJ Lawrence Esquire. No clue who he is, but pretty much he says, I've read the tragic story about a 10-year-old who shot and killed his mother. Her sister said 5 different imaginary people talked to him, and the doctor diagnosed him with a serious mental condition. It's sad, but I have a serious issue with charging him as an adult. So apparently they want to already charge this kid as an adult when he's 10. I still don't understand that whole charging as an adult thing. I understand that it's a serious crime, but isn't that the whole reason that we have, children versus adults in the legal system? Like, I don't understand how someone can just randomly be like, yeah, well, I don't like this crime. Like, this crime was too heinous, so he's going to be charged as an adult in this case. It's like, how are you figuring that out, man? But whatever. Let's see. He has been charged with first-degree reckless homicide, and if convicted, he faces a maximum of 60 years in prison. He's 10 years old. I know what occurred was horrendous, but trying and potentially sentencing a 10-year-old with mental issues to life in prison in the system. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But he's saying that it's proven ineffective dealing with actual grown men, like the penal system and everything. Oh, here we go. The boy's aunt says he's had issues since he was 4 years old. His grandmother says he doesn't exhibit emotions and apologized about about shooting his mother, and then inquired about the Amazon package. I'm not a psychiatrist, but this sounds like very least like child suffering from dissociative identity disorder. I feel terrible about what happened to his mother. I'm not trying to dismiss that or her life, but it would truly be a miscarriage of justice. Ideally should, okay, he needed a period. Ideally, they should have condemned, ideally should be to condemn, what the fuck? But it would truly be a miscarriage of justice. Ideally should be to condemn a 10-year-old for the rest of their life, even though if they weren't faced with mental problems. The 10-year-old mind has the capacity to be treated as an adult. Damn, bro, this nigga kind of fucking up. What district attorney in the right mind would go along with that? And the top of it, they gave a fucking 10-year-old a $50,000 bond. What 10-year-olds with $5,000 to bond themselves out? Well, I assume that, the family would have to bond them out. It's grown people who wouldn't be able to swing that. Again, I'm not saying what happened isn't tragic, but on blah, 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 he's going on. But yeah, I mean, especially if the kid had like mental disorders. Because I know for myself, I've met some kids, like, I've met other people's kids where I'm like, oh yeah, this one being there, he's going to need a little bit of extra help, making sure that he don't, fuck around too much, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, it just is what it is, I guess. But I know for myself, if I had like a family member that I knew had trouble with like mental health, and then they went and did something crazy, I don't know if I'll bond them out, honestly, because it's like, okay, I'm gonna put this, like, if you don't even care that you killed your mom, do you care that you're even in jail, or is it just like something that happened? You know what I mean? Like, if you have a mental disorder like that, is it really gonna, especially with a 10-year-old? I know when I was 10, I don't think I have any mental disorders. I might, but I don't think I do. But when I was 10, I would joke about death and stuff all the time because I didn't really understand it, even though I had people close to me pass away. You know what I mean? Like, I went to plenty of funerals with people that was very close family that I grew up with. Even 13, I'd say, because what are you at in 5th grade? Whatever I was at in 5th grade, like, even that age, I was still like not understanding. It was just like, okay, someone's gone forever. Like, it is what it is. And only whenever I kind of got a little bit older, I'd even say past high school, is when I was like, oh, okay, that's like, I could see how this would change someone's worldview of stuff, because, I still had my anchor system, like my mom. Well, I guess that kid, his anchor system was probably his mom and me, unless he wasn't close with his mom. But still, who the fuck, like, I don't know, because how didn't he get arrested immediately? Because they knew that he shot his mom, and then he went to the grandma's house and still inquired about the package. So he was like, okay, regardless of what's going on with my mom, where my package at? Like, why wasn't he already in jail? And if he's in jail now, he got to be in the whole, like, whatever the thing is called, like the kid jail, the delinquency jail, or whatever it's called. But I don't know. I just don't agree with charging him as a adult, because, his brain isn't even developed yet. Because they say, I think men's brain didn't develop till they're 21, or the medulla oblongata, whatever the decision-making part of the brain is. And then women is like 18. Hold on, let me check up on that real quick. All right, so yeah, I just looked it up. So apparently it's called the frontal lobe, not the medulla oblongata. I feel like I just got that off of Dexter's Laboratory or some shit. But they say the brain isn't fully mature until you're about 25 years old. Up until this age, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that helps curb impulsive behavior, is not fully developed. So yeah, I guess that's why people start cooling down in their later ages. They actually got like, and then like their fucking body starts hurting for no reason. My knees are fucked, bro. I be playing basketball and everything, and I probably don't need to be playing on concrete and trying to jump up and dunk and everything like that. But I ain't even 30 yet. My shit is fucked. I'm probably gonna need a wheelchair by the time I'm 40. It's just gonna be crazy. But it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, that's really fucked up and crazy if they really give this nigga like life in prison at 10. Because you can't put a 10-year-old in prison. That's ridiculous. There's no way you could put a 10-year-old in prison. He's gonna get killed immediately. Like, he's going to get raped and killed immediately, and I don't think that's right. But either way, we're going to get off of this subject. We're going to go on some hating ass shit, because I feel like I might be a hater too. That might just be what it is. I might just be a hater. I see a nigga doing good, and I'm like, man, you not better than me. What the fuck is going on? But that's the thing. I wasn't the dude I'm thinking of that I just told y'all about at the start of the episode. It wasn't about him doing better. It's like, you really think you doing something? Nigga, you really think you do? What are you? You nothing. You got some extra followers. You got like 64-fold my followers. But what the fuck does that mean? That just means you got people that want to look at you. I don't even take pictures. If I wanted to take pictures, I would have more than you. I'd get money, nigga. That's what I do. I get money. I might be crazy. I might have to go. I might have to go somewhere and check this out. But yeah, fuck this nigga Jeff Bezos and fuck this nigga Elon Musk, bro. So look, says Jeff Bezos has spent $42 million building a 500-foot tall clock expected to outlast human existence. First of all, I don't know how they could even say that. They say expected to outlast human existence. What does that even mean? It's only supposed to last 10,000 or 100,000, goddamn it, 10,000 years. Yeah, okay, listen. So it says Amazon's Jeff Bezos is paying $42 million to build a giant clock that is expected to last 10,000 years, 10,000 years. According to Jeff Bezos, the 500-foot tall clock will be all mechanical, powered by a day-night thermal cycle synchronized at the solar noon, a symbol for long-term thinking, and is expected to last 10,000 years. Blah, 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? Why would he do this? He's just throwing money in our faces at this point. I'm just going to make a fucking clock tower that's worth $42 million. I'd rather you just buy 42 Lamborghinis, 42 fully decked out Lamborghinis. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I'm going to see how much a fully decked out Lamborghini costs. Cost of a 2023 fully done Lamborghini. Let's see what they say. Bitch, I need the cost. I need the cost. Okay, here's that pricing. Son, I am slowing down this podcast by trying to find this shit. Okay. Yeah, $264,000. That's actually pretty affordable. That's pretty affordable. If I work 10 years and don't spend a dime, I might be able to get that shit. I might be able to, well, in the real, I'd probably be able to have to work like 3 years, but then the upkeep will bust my ass. But, it is what it is. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. So, like, the regular one, I'm not trying to get into car shit, but I love Lamborghinis, and that, I don't know, for some reason, I feel like that's the staple of, like, when you've made it, because your car is supposed to be about, like, a fourth of what your actual thing is. So, by the time, if you make $1 million, you should be able to afford a Lamborghini. So, it's like, okay, well, there you go. If you're a millionaire, you can get Lamborghinis, essentially, is what I'm looking at. But, so look at this. The regular price Lamborghini is damn, I am so fucking bad with numbers. $230,000, right? The Performante, which I assume is the higher, like, trim level Lamborghini, is $260. And I don't know which one this is, like Aventador or Diablo. What is this? Oh, there's a Urus. Fuck the Urus. But, or Urus, whatever it's called. But the Performante is $2,604,000, right? So I'm like, for only $34,000 more, you can get the Performante. Like, you might as well just get it. You already spending $200,000 on a car. With, like, what, you gonna cheap out on the extra features? Come on, bro. A 4-liter V8. I don't even think I've ever heard of that. A 4-liter V8. All right, whatever. All right, but yeah. Yeah, I'd rather him just buy, like, fucking, what's 42 times 4 is like 160 Uruses, rather than building this stupid ass clock tower thing. I'm like, I got a little Apple Watch on my shit right now. I already know the time. I already know what time it is. You don't even gotta let me know, bro. But that's what I'm thinking. You just throwing the shit in our face, like, whatever. Go look at the video too. They got plenty of people building it up. I'm like, I don't know why. What would even give you the mindset to do this shit? Maybe just because people would be like, oh shit, that's Jeff Bezos's little clock tower thing, like 10,000 years from now, and so he can actually have like a little memorial. He's making his own memorial, essentially. Okay, if that's the case, then that's some fire shit. I would definitely do that. I would 100% do that. Make something that's like, oh yeah, you can just always see the time, but then it says, you know, my name all the way at the top, and it's like best businessman ever at the bottom of it. Yeah, I just did it so people would know the time in this particular area. And it's like, no, it's just because you wanted to flex a little bit, flex that money. Fuck yes. Next thing. So I haven't heard about this in a minute. It was huge back in the day, but they kind of fell off with it. especially since Elon did the whole Twitter thing that's kind of imploding on itself. But it says Elon Musk Neuralink hopes to implant computers into human brains within 6 months. Number one, I'm like, we ain't heard about you in like 2 or 3 or 4 years at this point. You can't just say 6 months from now you're gonna start fucking with people's brains. Elon Musk Neuralink Corp aims to start putting its coin-size computing brain implant into human patients within 6 months. The company has announced at an event at its Fremont, California headquarters on Wednesday evening, not afternoon. I totally read that shit wrong. During the event, Musk revealed work on 2 major products. In addition to the brain-computer interface, it's developing implants that can go into the spinal cord and potentially restore movement in someone suffering from paralysis. And it has an ocular implant meant to improve or restore human vision. As miraculous as it may sound, we're confident that it's possible to restore blah, 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 blah. All right, well, I mean, that'll be pretty cool. I didn't really know what it was for. I thought it was like something for the metaverse or whatever. Everything's for the metaverse in my mind, if it's some new shit. But yeah, I mean, if it can like get your limbs back, oh heck yes. I was thinking about this shit the other day. At what point are we going to make prosthetics so good that people are going to be cutting off their own legs to get an advantage? Like, could you imagine like LeBron James with mechanical legs, where he just never gets tired? He just be blocking. He can jump because he already got probably like a 45 to 48 inch vertical. What if he just jumped 60 inches? 60 inches. That's 5 feet just directly up in the air. He can jump over most toddlers, you know what I'm saying? Or most, midgets or short people, whatever it is. Yeah, that would be crazy. He's already 6'8". What's a standing reach? See what LeBron standing reach is. LeBron standing reach.
I found this on the web.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. How high can LeBron jump? I don't want that. I just want to stand and reach, bro. Google will be giving you the stuff that you don't even ask for. On God. I think I fucked my little thing up. All right. His standing reach is 8'9" and 8'9.5" inches. So if he jumped 5 feet fucking air, he's touching 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, damn near 14 feet in the air. I think that's over the backboard, but whatever. I don't even know how I got on that shit. Oh yeah, the whole like when are we gonna start replacing shit? Because I remember Cat Williams had that little piece where he was like little ting because that nigga had the little paper clips on his legs and he was running faster than other people, so they disqualified him because they said your legs are better equipped for running. Your non-legs are better equipped for running than regular people's legs, so you couldn't participate. Which I'm like, I mean, that's just better. Like, because at a certain point, they're going to have super soldiers. Like, we're going to have to admit that they're going to be like, hey, we still need a human brain. Like, all the shit in movies is like, yeah, we could make a machine, but it's not going to have the human intelligence to know, like, to save one baby instead of 2 people or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Make the human thing rather than a calculated thing, And so they're going to start outfitting some of our military folks with motherfucking, like, jetpacks, and like they're gonna be like, hey, we're gonna have to cut off your arm because we want to just be able to put on a mechanical arm that already has a gun implanted in, so you just put your fist up and start shooting a nigga, like some RoboCop type shit. I feel like I'm just going off in like a fantasy world instead of making jokes. Like this shit, I'm just envisioning a nigga that's, a regular person, and then they're like, hey bro, would you like to be the first, automatic cop or whatever? And he's like, oh fuck yeah, cut my feet off or cut my legs off and replace my hand with a thing, and you can cut half my brain out and replace it with like some ocular shit that I can see everybody, or I can like see people's heartbeats so I can tell when they're lying and crazy shit like that. There's definitely someone out there that would do it, because I don't know if y'all ever saw, what was it, Strange Addictions, where people would pretend like their arm would be broken, or they would pretend that they're missing a body part or whatever, because that was just their little thing. And then like I even seen, I think I talked about it in the last episode, there was a lady who always thought that that she wanted to be blind. So what she did was she had put bleach in her eyes and some shit, and so by the time that she was blind is when she called the paramedics. So when the paramedics came over, they were like, yeah, this girl clearly blind. So they tried to issue a insurance claim for the insurance company, because you will get money back because you've been paying on health insurance, and now if you lose your vision, that's probably covered underneath health insurance, right? But then they figured out that the lady actually blinded herself, so then that canceled out her health insurance. Now she just broken blind, And it's like, man, that got to be some mental shit. I don't like the fact that we just saying like she wants to do this. It's like, no, that's definitely a mental problem if you don't want to see. I don't know. I guess because then you could say transgender is a mental problem, but I don't think that's a mental problem. Look at that. I put myself into a little spin box, a little conundrum right there. Yeah. So why would the person, I guess because they're hurting themselves, but I guess a transgender person, at least that's a surgery, because if you get your dick cut off, the doctor at least knows how to do it versus you just blinding yourself and probably hurting other parts of your body. I don't know. Yeah, I might have to think about that on myself. Because if the people that want an arm gone versus, a transgender that wants their dick gone, is there a difference? I'm going to ask somebody that. Hold on one second. I mean, the other person kind of agreed with me in the fact that it's kind of the same. And again, I look at transgender people like normal people and everything like that, and I'm more left than I am right. So I think, I'm more liberal. But yeah, I mean, the only thing I could say is that like you're harming your own self in a way that doesn't benefit you at all. I mean, I guess it benefits your mental health because you've always wanted to be blind. But I mean, you're literally hurting your body and destroying like a sense that you have. I mean, but still, like during the early days of the transgender surgery, I guarantee you that like a lot of people were in pain, hurting their body and kind of, I don't know, messing themselves up. I don't know. Interesting. Again, I don't know. Love transgenders. They can do whatever. I'm just debating the two facts because they seem like they're very similar. But for some reason, the I one seems like a crazy person and the transgender seems like a person that was just born in the wrong body. But I could just be, like, what's it called? Like, I don't know what it's called. I could be just leading to one side of it instead of looking at it, but who cares? Whatever. It's all good. Do what you want to do. If you want to blind yourself, I honestly don't care. Like, it is what it is. I'd love for you to tell me about it, though. Just to be like, what made you want to blind yourself? What made you want to cut your arm off? What makes you want to wear casts everywhere you go? Well, the cast guy, he said he did it for, what's it called? He did it for, what's it called? Attention. Yeah. Attention. All right. So I didn't read too much into this one, and I am probably going to end this little podcast soon. This is going to be the last thing. But it says, mysterious black hole has been found pointing directly at Earth, blasts light at us. At Earth, blast light at us. A mysterious and incredibly intense blast of visible light came towards Earth from a black hole that is pointing straight towards us, astronomers have said. The discovery marks the furthest such event that scientists have ever said, as well as the first time that astronomers have detected one using visible light. The latter was only possible because the jet is pointing almost directly at Earth. I wonder what they mean by almost directly, because, as big as the universe is, like, fucking millions of miles away could technically be almost directly at us in terms of space, But that is a little bit concerning. Because if it's pointing directly at like Earth, which is, from what we know, the only planet that has life on it, that's a very like weirdly close to statistic. I never took statistics. I took a lot of math classes. I didn't take any statistics classes, but or did I? I maybe took one in high school. But either way, they don't teach you how to say the damn word in the class. But yeah, I don't know. Black holes are scary. I remember I got deep into black holes when I was in like high school or whatever, because I was like, what the fuck is that? Because we really don't think about anything that's outside of Earth, like going into space and just looking at shit or just seeing how things get so much bigger. Because I'm realizing that I'm scared of big things at this point, because like if I was on the moon and I saw like the Earth just envelop my entire vision, I'd be like, what? What is this? And what's it called? There's some people that I've seen on YouTube that there are quotes from other folks that went into space and they're like, it's the most terrifying thing you'll ever see, because you understand like where you are and who you are is like such a small part of what the entire world is, and I could believe it. Like if you're sitting on the moon and then like if you look up, you see, or if you're looking straight, the Earth just takes up your entire vision and you're like, oh my God, like And it would be crazy if you're looking at like the United States. I'm in the United States, obviously. So if I was like looking at the East Coast of the United States, and I'm like, okay, I lived in all of this sliver of land, and then I'm just watching, I'm like, there's so much fucking more. There is so much fucking more that I'm not even seeing, that I didn't even think about, that they don't know about me. Like, because obviously your life is the number one thing in the world to you. And maybe to like, you know, maybe one other person, like your wife or husband, might put yourself above them. Or like, you know, if you're someone's kid, everyone's someone's kid, you know what I'm saying? Then you might have your mom put you above her own life. But the majority of people is just like, they're their own world. And then when you look at something that big, you can visualize and just be like, wow, I'm fucking nothing. Like, if I die, this is not going to stop this thing from turning, and it's not going to stop the government from moving. Nigga, even if the vice president and the president were to die on the same day, that still wouldn't stop shit. We will figure something out. So, I mean, I think it's like a humbling thing to kind of look at. But whatever, who gives a fuck? Let's go and make this motherfucking money, Vic. What's it called? So yeah, I appreciate y'all for listening. Hopefully we get some more viewers. I need to figure out a way to because this thing is already monetized apparently, but I'm not getting enough viewers for advertisers to really care enough about it. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm cool with that. I understand. But I'm gonna figure out a way to get this thing like up in people's faces a lot more often. But either way, I appreciate it. Thanks for fucking listening, y'all. If you spread it, I really appreciate it. If you rate it on whatever platform you're on, I really appreciate it, y'all. You can hit me up on TikTok YouTube, Instagram at the Daily Opinion Podcast. If you have any stories, if you got any comments, if you got any questions, shit, I'll answer them on here. I don't even care. But yeah, man, it's been real. Live by the golden rule. Treat others as you would like to be treated, and don't be a dickhead. Your life can get taken away in an instant. That's not a threat. That's just like letting you know that people are crazy as fuck and will shoot you on sight. But yep, peace. Take it easy. Love you. Bye.